Today I'm going to show you how to buy, borrow, and die like a pro. These are the secrets that the ultra wealthy do not want you to know, and I'm going to reveal them all over the next 10 to 15 minutes. So strap in and let's get right to it. So to be honest, billionaires have been doing this for hundreds of years, right? They get rich, by creating businesses. They deploy that money into appreciating assets like real estate, Bitcoin, land, gold. And then they borrow against those appreciating assets to spend on lifestyle or buy more assets. And then they die in debt, so they never have to pay taxes. Because when you take out a loan against an asset, there's no tax on that since it's not income, it's debt. Okay. Now there's many examples of this. One of them would be, buying Bitcoin, and then that Bitcoin appreciates. You take a loan against your Bitcoin and you spend that money on your lifestyle, or you buy more Bitcoin, and you never have to sell your Bitcoin if you do this. And we all know Bitcoin goes up on average 50% a year. So you can literally just refinance the loan every year when the payment's due. You can not pay it back. You just refi off the appreciation of your Bitcoin, take out another loan. So you literally get a free loan every single year, and it's barely touching into your Bitcoin because of the sheer appreciation of this asset class. Now the loan interest rates vary, all based onto the loan value ratio of the loan. So anywhere from 3 to 12%. Okay, example number 2, you buy a home, right? And then you take out a home equity line of credit against the home, okay? This allows you to buy another home. This can be an investment property, or you could, once again, spend it on lifestyle. And then you just pay off the loan with the appreciation of your home, right? You can literally refinance that home equity line after a couple years. Let's say you have a Miami Beach real estate property that's appreciating at 10% a year. You could just wait 3 years, refi, and pay the whole thing off, okay? So look, how can you, watching this video right now, play this game starting today? Because we all got to start somewhere. You're not going to just start by taking loans against Bitcoin or loans against luxury real estate. We got to start small, and I'm going to show you the exact steps on how I got started and how you can start this as well. So here we have example 1. This is what I like to call beginner mode. Okay, this is where you get added to a family member's credit card as an authorized user. Maybe you're 18 years old. Your dad adds you to his awesome credit card that's been open for 10 years, has a high limit, perfect payment history. Okay, now we're able to inherit and piggyback on our dad's excellent credit history that's taken him years and years to build. Okay, because we inherited that credit history, now when we go to our first credit card to apply for our own primary card at 18 years old, we'll go to Chase and we'll get approved for the Freedom Unlimited. They give us $5,000 on our first credit card because of our dad's excellent credit history. Okay, this is a major hack. Now, the Freedom Unlimited card gives us 0% interest for 15 months. Okay, which means I can spend that $5,000 credit limit on an investment, a course, learning a skill set, a mentorship, and I have 15 months to make that thing work so I can become profitable and pay back the banks. Right? In this situation, I just came up with something that a lot of people are doing these days, right? Maybe you buy a digital marketing course, okay? Iman Gadzhi has, I think, Agency Navigator is what it's called, right? You buy that for about $5,000. You get mentored. You take his whole program. You start your own digital marketing agency. And over the next 15 months, as an 18-year-old, you just generated $30,000 in profit, right? This is totally doable, and you could probably do much greater than that. I'm just giving you a realistic example here. Okay, so you net 30, and now you pay back the bank that $5,000 before the 0% intro rate is up. Okay, now the banks are paid back. You have a real skill set and a true business that you started all from the bank's money. Okay, now you're able to go and apply for larger credit lines next, and I'm going to show you how to do that in the example number 2. This is what I like to call intermediate mode. Okay. Now, you've been building your personal credit now for about 9 months. You're about to turn 19 years old. Okay, you officially have $20,000 in primary personal credit limits between your Chase Freedom Unlimited, your United Explorer card, and your Chase Sapphire Reserve. Okay, you also have those 5+ years of average age because you added your dad as an authorized user, or you added yourself to your dad's card. Now we can apply for our first business credit sequence, and I'm showing you the exact sequence that I did when I was about 23 years old on my first business credit sequence. And we get in 2 Amex cards, the Business Cash and the Business Plus, and then we get 2 Chase, we get an Ink Unlimited, and we get an Ink Cash. And in total, those 4 cards give us $50,000 in 0% business funding. So now I'm going to use those cards and those limits to scale my Airbnb arbitrage business. So now I have a real skill set. I have active income with my digital marketing agency. And now I'm using the bank's money to go and get some real passive income with Airbnb arbitrage. So I'm able to acquire 3 brand new 2-bedroom units in Austin, Texas for $50,000. Remember, this is just renting a property and then putting it on Airbnb. You don't actually own the house. I didn't have to take out a mortgage. We can get in these homes for typically around $15K, for the first month, last month, in security deposit, right? Those units, those 3 units are able to earn over $100,000 in revenue over the next 12 months. So with that, I'm able to pay back the banks and profit $50,000. Okay, now I buy Bitcoin in the bear market of 2026 at $50,000, so I can acquire 1 full Bitcoin, right? This is all hypothetical, but realistically speaking, there will be a bear market. And, if you did time this correctly, you could deploy your profit from your Airbnb into another asset class. Remember, we're just trying to stack assets. Our business, we got passive income, and now we're acquiring Bitcoin, okay? And now, since we've done that, we're ready to go for business funding round number 2 to get an additional $50K to acquire 3 more properties, right? Why would I use that $50K that I made in profit from this business to buy more when I can just use the bank's money and I can deploy my profit in long-term investment accounts, whether that be my equities, bonds, gold, or Bitcoin, okay? We always want to use the bank's money to take risk and invest. Example number 3, I like to call this aura farming mode, okay? This is a real life example. This is what I did back in 2021 when I was getting serious with business credit, okay? So you've had credit for 5 years now. Your personal file is God tier. You have 8 personal cards with combined total limits of $75,000. You also have 10 years of average credit age because of that AU, and you have seasoned bank accounts, business accounts at all the tier 1 banks. You do a max funding round with the flagship custom credit class sequence, and you get approved for $200,000 at 0% for 12 months between tier 1 banks and the local credit unions that credit class assigned you, okay? We're in a season of quantitative easing in the world, so you go and buy a Patek Philippe 5711 1A for $120,000, okay? This is straight off the business card. This is your dream watch, but it doubles as a pristine investment piece because quantitative easing, when the Fed's printing money, all that money's rushing into crypto, into watches, into real estate, and we're seeing a massive asset boom across the board. So you wear this watch for a couple months, and your Patek Philippe appreciates $45,000 during that time. Now, since you still had an extra $80,000 left over from the business credit funding you did, you invest in a Bitcoin mining package, which allows you to get 4 miners to mine for you for a 4-year period. I was able to pay directly with my business credit, okay, no liquidation fee. And I also got an $80,000 tax write-off with the investment into mining because it qualifies for IRS Section 179 bonus depreciation, which is now back in full effect because of the Trump big beautiful bill. Okay, now within 3 months of wearing that Patek Philippe, I'm up $45,000. So I decided to sell the watch completely and I pocket the 45K. And because Bitcoin's going down, I'm able to throw that 45 grand of pure profit made off the banks wearing my favorite watch into Bitcoin, and I acquire 45 grand worth of Bitcoin. My mining package then ROIs within around a 2-year period, and I sell off that Bitcoin that I had originally mined from the banks, and I pay the banks back with that money. Now I have an additional 2 years free and clear of debt. The banks purchased this full investment vehicle for me, and now I don't have anything more to pay them back, and I'm going to keep the rest of the Bitcoin mined over the 2 years. Okay, then I can go back and apply for another LLC wipe my inquiries, which we show you how to do in credit class, and do another advanced credit class business credit stack. Okay, that is a reality. And I hate to make you mad here, but this is actually what I did. This is the real results that I got in 2021. And I did an advanced credit stack. I took a loan against my Bitcoin actually to buy this watch. I did it at like 3% interest with Celsius. I bought it for 120K. This is the real wire that I received when I sold it 3 months later. This guy flew me out to Las Vegas that I met on a watch trading website, and he wired me directly at the bank 165 grand. So I profited 45, and then I just dumped it right back into Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin's sitting at almost $20,000 today, right? And then I'm able to every single year purchase mining packages to get rid of my tax liability. Okay, so I get a massive 100% write-off, and then I'm also able to fully acquire these miners with the bank's money. I mine the Bitcoin for 2 years, and I pay the banks back. Okay, so the question is, are you ready to do this for yourself? Because as your asset stockpile grows, your leverage continuously increases with it. Okay, over the years, banks are going to extend you better loans at extremely competitive rates. Okay, you're going to be able to buy assets for the rest of your life, and then you loan against them and you die in debt. Okay, this is how you completely eliminate taxes altogether, and all these assets you're purchasing, they're tax advantageous as well because a lot of them qualify for depreciation. Okay, this is the game of the ultra wealthy, and now you've been exposed. Okay, so if you're ready to begin playing the game with me and all of my 1,000 students that I'm helping in credit class, and you want to start leveraging credit to build income and achieve financial freedom, then click the link in the description down below and apply now. And if you enjoyed this video, please send it to a friend or family member that needs to hear this. Building wealth is everything. And this is the secret. This is, the full expose piece of how I've been doing it for the past 6 years and how I'm able to travel the world in luxury, in freedom, take care of my family, retire my mom, buy real estate, buy a bunch of Bitcoin, start businesses. It's all from credit. So learn the game now, smash the like button, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see from me next, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.